Hello everyone. So in this one, I'm going to show you how to send out a personalized email directly from Airtables. There are some good things and bad things. So first you need to decide if this is actually the right thing to do. The good thing about sending emails from Airtables is that the Airtable emails are actually really good at bypassing email filters. So the general send rate of the email is very high. As you can imagine, emails are not that terribly good at reaching their destination. I think I've mentioned this in an earlier video. If you send about 100 emails, 10 of them just won't get there for whatever reason, and maybe 20 to 50% of them land in spam anyway. So email is generally not a highly reliable form of communication in the first place. But with Airtables, you do tend to find that the majority of the emails do land in the correct place. In people's inbox. It's not 100% still, and that's just something to bear in mind when you're sending emails out, but it's pretty good. It's better than, say, sending an email from your Gmail account to 500 people, or even sending an email to people from the campaign software. This is actually better. So what I want to do now is I want to contact all of the naughty people who did not come to the Chief Mentor induction. I want to send them an email now saying, oh, you didn't come, but there's another induction on this date. So if you want to join us, you can join us then. So obviously I need to make sure I've got the correct list. So I filtered it so that I've got a list of all the people who didn't attend. And the app that we're going to use this time is something called SendGrid. So again, if you can't see apps on your Airtables, you just click on that icon there and all the apps will appear, and you scroll down until you come across this one, which is called SendGrid. So what you do next is you need to make sure that you set this up correctly. So I want to make sure that it's on the right tab. So I need to click Students, which is my tab up here, as you can see. And then it asks you to pick a view. And I'm working off the Dr. Sivers view, which is highlighted here. That's where my list is. So now it's going to ask me email address field. So I need to pick a field which is student email identity. That's where all of everybody's email addresses are. I don't want to CC anyone or BCC anyone into it, because this email will send to all of these people, but it will send it individually. So then I'm going to insert the subject of my email. So I'm going to call it Missed Chief Mentor Induction Day. Okay, and you can actually personalize this by putting these brackets around the code. So the code is what appears in a column. So if I want to personalize it and have, say for example, dear full name, I can put full name in that. But most of the time we work off first name, don't we? So I need to find the column that says first name. Now remember, this is sensitive to capital letters as well. So on here, this is like something that is a default, but you can see that there's a mismatch. Here we've got a capital letter, here we've got a lowercase. So I've got to change that to first name. I'm going to delete surname there because I don't want that. I just want them to get my first name. And then you just type your message in here. So sorry that we missed you at the induction. However, there is another chance to join us again on the, let's say, the 10th of January. Please let me know if this is something that you would like to attend. Now you can put links in here, but this is an HTML email, so really you can only have text and links. You can't put any fancy images and pictures on this in the same way that you can for email campaign software. And to be fair, that is what makes it a little bit more efficient at bypassing email filters, because it's things like photos and stuff which normally emails filter for, like your Gmail account will identify things like logos and stuff, and filter it out into your promotions side of the email, so it doesn't actually land in your inbox. So normally, you know, you might, if you want to send a really, really plain text email, it'll get to its destination. But the moment you start putting things like links and stuff into it, it can reduce the number of people who receive it. So that's just something to bear in mind. But ultimately, you know, I don't want 10 people emailing Lisa, because the responses will go to the admin account. So I'm going to suggest that rather than you know, just leaving it as an inbox, I would put a link to an RSVP form or something. It could even be an Airtables form, which automatically populates, for example. So that would probably be the best thing to do. Anyway, so I've decided that is what my induction email is going to look like. You can hit preview, so it will actually show you what it looks like as well. So you can see here, dear Safa, sorry that we missed you. And Safa is clearly one of my students on this list. So it's always good to double check that. It tells you that 10 messages will be sent, which looks like the right amount as well. So go to your first name. I mean, if it doesn't show up as Safa, it shows up as something else, then you've entered the code in wrong. So actually, it's really, really helpful, isn't it? Yep, so it's just pick the first person on there, Safa, which is brilliant. And then if you're happy with that, and you can see if you keep scrolling, it will show you everybody's emails on there. Just hit send, and then that message will send. So you don't have to select record or anything like you do, because it's automatically sending it to everyone in this particular view that I've filtered. And that's how you send an email.